Hey guys, I'm back again for my Raw review, and I've like slightly moved over from where I normally film because I've realised that normally when I watch it back, that light's like right above my head, which I find really annoying when I'm watching it back, and it just irritates me. So I've moved slightly over, and also to cover the disaster that my room is at the moment, because yeah, I went out today and I'm lazy and couldn't bother to tidy my room or make my bed or anything, so it looks shocking, but at least I'm kind of blocking all the mess. So yeah, like I said, I've just got back, well, I got back like from shopping a couple hours ago, so obviously I have to go back to work on Thursday, which is lame, so I thought I'd do my Christmas shopping now, and obviously as always, I don't just buy things, you know, for other people, I spend on myself, so I couldn't resist buying this because I'm a geek and I love Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was reduced to like $24.99 from like $40, and I was like, oh, go on then, I couldn't like stop myself from buying it. And Power Slam magazine. I don't normally buy this, but like Liam bought it once and it was actually pretty good. What? Sorry, I just like noticed that it's got like a double-sided cover, which is weird. Anyway, so yes, that's and I bought some DVDs for myself as well because I just, you know, HMV, I absolutely love it. So yeah, my question to you guys: what is your favourite shop? You know, I'm turning this girly. What is your favourite store to shop in when you go out shopping? Mine is HMV, as I've probably told you guys before. Absolutely love it. Could spend like, you know, a whole day in there if I really wanted to, but I kind of have to refrain myself because I end up buying too much, and it is quite expensive compared to like a lot of online shops. But I'm sure you guys don't care, so I don't know why I'm rambling about that. But anyway, that's what I've done today, and I tried to stay up and watch Raw last night because the weather's horrible. Like seriously, I thought my like, you know, windows were gonna like cave in because they're like really old and rattly, and honestly I couldn't sleep, so I was like, right, I'm gonna watch Raw, and then I like watched like, you know, 3/4 of an hour of it, and then I was like, oh, I'm tired. So I had to wait until I got home from Exeter to watch the rest of it. So I've just finished watching it now, so you know, I'm gonna do this video, so obviously because I've got to watch SmackDown tonight, so I have to do my Raw review today, and I'm covering up my notes now with my magazine. So anyway, I enjoyed Raw. I thought it was pretty good. Obviously, a lot of people said, is it really John Morrison's last match? Is he actually gone now? I honestly have no idea, but I've heard from a lot of places that John Morrison, that was his last match, so, you know, what a way to go, but whatever. Anyway, so, you know, talk about each part of Raw as usual. So obviously Roddy Piper came out and did Piper's Pit, again as usual. Whenever he comes out, I'm like, okay, because, you know, I'm not a massive fan, because as you guys know, I didn't watch it when he was around, so, you know, everybody else goes crazy whenever he's on it, and I'm just like, oh well. To start with, I was wondering what on earth he was going on about, because he, like, Cena came out, and he was just, like, rambling on and on and on for ages about all this stuff, and it wasn't really until it got to, like, you know, like, the end kind of 5 minutes of it that it actually, you know, got interesting. Basically, the, you know, main thing that Piper was trying to get across was, you know, that Cena isn't actually coping with the fact that he gets booed by a lot of the fans, and that, you know, maybe he, rather than just, you know, like, saying that it's okay and that he doesn't mind, that he actually really needs to get it off his chest and basically kind of have a go at the fans or say what he really thinks about them. And yeah, because he says he needs to get it off his chest, or else he will always be in denial. And, you know, Cena, you know, tells, like, the story that he always says, you know, that he, you know, really doesn't mind it, he rises above hate, blah blah, doesn't take it personally. But then Roddy Piper, you know, kind of interrupts him and then actually slaps Cena, and everyone kind of thought, you know, that he was going to retaliate, but he, like, just walks away. So, like I say, they could be building to this heel turn, because surely there's only so much that Cena can take, and they've made, like, a big fuss about this whole booing thing, like, you know, in, like, the last kind of few weeks. So, hopefully, we can hope, people, that it will be a heel turn. I know everyone's saying, oh, it's never going to happen, but it honestly would make so much sense for it to happen now, and just because it seems to be making a big deal of it. Like, before, they would never really kind of, like, mention it, but now they're really going on about him being, like, controversial and having, like, mixed reactions, and they always make a point to talk about what the crowd are saying about him. So, we'll see what happens anyway. So that's getting slightly a little bit more interesting with Cena anyway, because, you know, being treated like he was by The Rock, and then that happening, he's got to snap eventually. At least by WrestleMania. Come on, people. Let's have hope. Anyway, so then we have John Morrison versus The Miz in what was supposed to be a Falls Count Anywhere match, but The Miz comes out and attacks Morrison, like, you know, while he's, like, doing his whole entrance thing, and just, like, you know, destroys him with a pipe on the stage, and then, yeah, so they finally, you know, well, Morrison does say that he's going to start the match, and Miz starts using, like, a kendo stick, but Morrison, you know, takes it off him and uses it, but then, well, they're back at the top of the ramp again, and then Morrison, Miz, two M's, I get confused. Miz throws Morrison into, like, the staging thing where it's got the WWE logo, and then hits the skull-crushing finale on the stage, so the ref just kind of, like, ends the match. What was really weird, right, was, you know, while they were strapping, like, Morrison onto the board and stuff, John Laurinaitis comes out to him, looks at him, and just walks away, and I was like, what? That is really weird. Why would you just suddenly walk out, just, like, glance at him, and then walk off again? Not even check if he was okay, but whatever. So Miz, like, cut a promo, basically, you know, saying that, you know, last week it was, truth that he took out this week, it was Morrison. Next week, you know, who's next? And he said that he can do all this because he's awesome. So Miz seems to finally, you know, actually be getting better and being made to look into a more credible heel, which is good because you guys know I love Miz. So yeah, he's obviously better than his like whole like cowardly kind of, you know, heel run while he was champion. Hopefully now he'll actually be made to look like an actual strong, proper heel, not just a coward who cheats all the time. So 2 good parts of Raw so far. So then we have, you know, the next worst bit, which is like the Bella Twins versus Kelly Kelly and Alicia Fox. I've got to say, right, surely, you know, WWE realise how bad the women's wrestling is, and that the fact that the matches are terrible, like, you know, week in, week out, pretty much, and, you know, they're just so sloppy, and, you know, I can't understand how they can, you know, you know, still have a job when they're doing like such a bad job. I'm not saying that I could do any better, you know, I'm not a wrestler, but surely if I was being paid thousands or whatever it is to be a, you know, a WWE wrestler, then they could at least put a decent match together and at least kind of make some kind of sense out of it, because the match is just, I don't know, they're just awful. So I'm going to stop talking about that. But basically Alicia wins with a leg drop, and that's all you kind of really need to know. So then we have Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler in a rematch from a few weeks ago, and I was like looking forward to this one because, you know, the last one was like really good. Wade Barrett was on commentary on this one because obviously him and Orton are feuding at the moment. This was another really good match. Like I say, I'm not going to go on a rant about Ziggler again because I have been like all the time, but he is really good. So Dolph hits a really nice dropkick on Orton because he's standing outside on the apron, but Dolph knocks him off, which is nice. Orton gets the control back. He hits a superplex and does a DDT off the ropes. He goes for the RKO, but Ziggler kind of rolls out of the ring quickly, so avoids being hit. Then while Ziggler's on the outside, Barrett gets up on the apron, but Orton drop kicks him like off of the apron. But then while obviously Randy's facing that way, Dolph hits the zigzags for the win, so he gets a surprise victory. Yeah, so obviously that's just, you know, adding more to kind of Barrett and Orton's feud. I was trying to think through what I was talking about then. So I don't really know. I suppose apart from like Zack Ryder, I don't know specifically who Ziggler's feuding with at the moment. He's not in a like specific feud because obviously he's been like fighting like Punk and Orton and like random people. So we'll see obviously what happens. And I know a lot of people are saying that he needs to kind of ditch Vicky now because he's been with like her for obviously for quite a long time, and if he needs to go into the main event, then he should get rid of her. But I don't really know. I think it would be too weird to imagine like Dolph without Vicky now. I just think they go really kind of well together, you know, because she's just like, you know, like super heel, and so is he. So, you know, maybe I wouldn't care if, you know, she like ditched Swagger, because Swagger just like loses all the time and he's like really boring. So it would be good if yeah, I think she should stay with him. I don't know, at least for a little while anyway. I don't know. I know maybe, I guess a lot of people are saying because, you know, when he had his last, like, title run, you know, whatever, and she was with him then, and then obviously it didn't work. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens with those guys anyway. So we have a segment with Daniel Bryan and Michael Cole. Obviously, why is it it's always Michael Cole that interviews Daniel Bryan when he, like, absolutely hates him? Surely you could get, like, I know it's because, like, the storyline or whatever, but surely it would make more sense to have, like, a non-biased interviewer when they interview Bryan, but, you know, whatever. So Cole says that he won't respect Bryan because he's a hypocrite. You know, he said he was going to cash in at WrestleMania and he didn't. Bryan says that plans changed and he took the opportunity, and obviously because Henry tried to put him in his Hall of Pain, he obviously, you know, wasn't going to just let him get away with that, and being World Heavyweight Champion means more to him than main eventing WrestleMania. So Henry comes out, says he will defend the title, even though he's halfway injured. How can you be halfway injured? Surely you're injured or you're not. Whatever. I'm very, like, you know, notice these things when they say that, but anyway, so it says that he will defend the title because he is the world's strongest champion and that he will beat Daniel Bryan. He says whether he's on, you know, 2 legs, 1 leg, or no legs, he will beat him. And then Bryan's like, oh, is that so? And walks up the ramp and like kicks him, and then he's like, oh, we'll see you tomorrow on SmackDown. So that was that. Let's just all hope for a Mark Henry win because, you know, I can't see Bryan winning at the moment. Like, I didn't really explain properly on my last one, but a lot of people have said on comments that, you know, they don't think that Bryan's like done enough at the moment, which I agree with, you know. And then someone else also replied and said, oh, well, Del Rio only cashed in. But to be fair, Del Rio had been in the main event scene for quite a while. Obviously, he won the Royal Rumble. He, you know, feuded with Edge, you know, within the title match at WrestleMania, fought Christian in the ladder match. So at least he'd kind of been in, like, the title scene. Daniel Bryan kind of hadn't really done anything. He won Money in the Bank, and then he was on that massive losing streak. So he's only really just kind of come back into it. So I think that maybe if he loses this one, and obviously because he doesn't have to cash in to get this title, he could lose this one and then re-cash in, maybe at WrestleMania, and actually do what he planned. I don't know, maybe win then, but I think now isn't the right time for him to win, to be honest. Just my opinion then. So then we have Jack Swagger versus Zack Ryder, and yeah, Jack Swagger is just awful. He just like loses like all the time, but whatever. He basically goes to his like splash off of the middle rope, but Zack gets his knees up and hits Rough Rider for the win. So yeah, just give Zack his US title shot already. They're obviously building to this, so that then after Ziggler's lost his US title, he can move on to like more main event stuff. But when it's finally going to happen, I don't know. And again, the Brodus Clay debut has been, you know, delayed for like another week, and they're all like, there's something else I was going to say. Dolph Ziggler's music, what did they do to it? It's so horrible now. I know that all they've done is like change some words, but you've got to have the whole I am perfection thing, because it's here to show the world. So that's rubbish. I'm aboard. I don't like it anymore. And there was something else I was going to say as well, and I've honestly forgotten what it was. No, it's gone. It's gone completely out of my head. Oh, I didn't mention it last week, but did you see the bit, like, when they went backstage and, like, Kelly and Alicia were playing SmackDown vs. Raw? Does anybody really play games like that and go bam, bam every time they hit a move? Seriously? Really? Anyone plays like that? But whatever. This is random things I'm just thinking about, you know, as I'm going along here. So then obviously we have the main event. I didn't write any notes for this. Why did I not write any notes for the match? So I can't actually tell you what happened. Well, basically it was Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk, obviously in the WWE Championship. For the WWE Championship, I'm tired. And before the match, like earlier on in the show, John Laurinaitis had said that if Punk gets himself intentionally disqualified, then he would lose the title. But why would Punk do that anyway? But obviously it was just, you know, like a ploy to try and like help Del Rio win. So obviously, you know, match was going along nicely. They were kind of, you know, going on the fact that Punk had like an injured arm, because obviously Del Rio was working on it quite a lot, so obviously he was like struggling to like kind of like kick out of pinfalls and hit the GTS and stuff. And obviously Del Rio was getting frustrated that he couldn't get the win, so obviously he tried to kind of like cheat. He took the, you know, pad off the top turnbuckle, you know, and tried to use that, but obviously the referee stopped him. And then Rodriguez threw a chair into the ring, and obviously to try and make it look like Punk had used it, but obviously the referee was trying to sort out the turnbuckle, so like Del Rio threw the chair to Punk. Punk was like, what are you doing? Threw it back to him and, like, you know, went down on the like apron and made it look like Del Rio had hit him. Shades of Eddie Guerrero there. That was awesome. I liked that. That was good. Oh, I miss Eddie. Anyway, so then the ref was gonna disqualify him, but obviously, you know, Ricardo and that were like, no, honestly, didn't hit him. And then while the ref like wasn't looking, CM Punk like kind of, you know, dropped Alberto face first onto the exposed turnbuckle and kind of got the win. So obviously, you know, the ref didn't actually see. He did cheat, but the ref didn't actually see it. So, you know, he still got the victory. And then obviously Ricardo was like arguing with the ref, like, you know, he did this, and then Punk just hit the GTS on him to finish off the show. So that was a good match and good ending to Raw. So overall, it was pretty much a good show, with the exception of like the Divas match. Everything else was good, made sense, and kind of obviously furthered storylines, you know, that it kind of needs to. So I think it's getting better. Raw has been more enjoyable the last couple of weeks, so I hope they stay on this kind of, you know, good roll that it's been on lately. But yeah, no, that was it, I think. I can't remember. So obviously I'll try my best to stay up and watch SmackDown tonight. But obviously either way, I'll get my review up tomorrow. It's going to be really weird, you know, what video am I going to do at the weekend now? I've got nothing to actually do at the weekend. So unless you guys have got any suggestions for me what I can do, like a random video, not that I normally do random videos, like spur of the moment, because normally obviously talk about wrestling or do Q&As. If anyone's got like a random suggestion, then, you know, just for me to do at the weekend, then yeah, go ahead. But obviously if not, then I might just not do a video. Unless I think of something, I probably will, but, you know, who knows. Anyway, I talk too much, so thanks for watching this video. Leave your comments, thoughts below. So annoying that TLC is on box office. Come on, we have to pay for Survivor Series, and I've got to like pay for this one as well, 2 in a row. Oh, never mind. See, I should download off the internet and save money, but I can't. I'm just too... Yeah, don't know. I like to watch it on the TV, and obviously, yeah, just if I had to put a like laggy connection on the internet, it would really annoy me. Anyway, I'm rambling far too much. I'm going to go. It's actually time for me to have my tea now. So anyway, I'll upload this video in a bit. I don't know why I need to say that, because by the time you watch this, it'll already be uploaded. Shut up, Hannah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!